This is my new N-scale layout. I've been working on it for the past couple of years, and I've done many clinics showing the different aspects of the creation of this layout. But my layout, unlike many N-scale layouts, isn't just a matter of watching trains run around and around. I have operations to run, and I'm going to show that to you today. Over here is my control center. I have my switches up top there for changing my turnouts, and below it the A through H sends power to different blocks on the layout. I have an A-thern power supply, and it's connected right over here to some screws that go down underneath to the wiring. We have AC over here for the turnouts, DC over here for the power to the track, and over here, running down below, we have a variable AC to DC converter that's set right now at 3.3 volts, and that is to run my lights. So let's get ready to run operations. One thing that's important to note is Hardrock Canon is set up to have another module off to this side, and that will be a switch yard, and it's set up to connect right here and also back inside the tunnel over there. There's another connection. For the purposes of operations today, whenever a train is going to the switch yard, I will actually take it into the tunnel back there and stop it, cut off the power, and that will simulate being at the switch yard. So the first operation is to drop off the vinegar car and pickle wagon in the canyon. So I'll turn the switch for turnout number 5 to take it into the canyon. As you can see it coming through here. And we'll stop it there and hit switch number 6 to take it back to the pickle factory. And the dropping is successful. The next stop is in town, where we're going to pick up the grain elevator. So as soon as we clear switch number 1, we're going to turn it and back in to the grain elevator and pick up the car. Next we'll take the car to the switch yard, and remember, I'm just going into the mountain, setting it there. The next move is to take the ore cars from the coal mine and bring them up to the coaling tower. To facilitate that, we'll have to normalize switch number 1 and turn switch number 9, which will allow the GP9 to leave the coal mine and travel up the canyon. Alright, to get through the canyon and up to the mountain, I'll need to turn switch number 5. And that will bring it in down here. And head up the mountain. Right, we'll flip switch number 8 and back in. The next thing I'm going to do is to move over and pick up the open hoppers. I need to throw switch number 7 and back up. While the GP9 is up here, I'm going to switch to the GP50. Once here, I turn switch number 1 to get into town, reverse my polarity, and run in. You notice I always pull out and then back up. That's so that right now the coupler on my grain car is pulled over to the side, whereas the coupler on the cattle car is centered. That way I can back into it and push it back out of the magnetic pull, and they will not couple. As you can see, I can pull forward now, leaving the car behind. So now the GP50 is on its way to unload cows. So we'll take it into the mountain and turn off the power so that I can operate the GP9. That will entail turning off the power in the tunnel and turning on the power at the coal tower. So the GP9 is ready to go and the switches are all set. I do need to throw switch number 3 so that it can come down off the mountain. Now normalize switch number 3. Switch number 1 is already thrown, so I can back it right into town. And again, we'll pull forward and then shunt those cars back out of the way. So now the GP9 is going to return to the coaling tower and move the ore carts and hook up to them. So I will need to reset the switches up at the coaling tower. And now I also need to set the switch number 5 so that he can get into the valley and up the mountain. Now we're ready to go. So we'll throw our switches and back in. So let's throw switch number 8 to bring him in off the main line and back it in. Move that other coal cart under the tower so it can drop its load. For those of you who don't know how the coal tower works, underneath where the ore carts are now, there's a dump area, and it goes to a conveyor belt that takes the coal to the back where the elevator is. The elevator stuck out on the back, and it runs up and dumps everything into the bin here, which with a gravity dump comes out the chutes here and goes into the open hoppers that are sitting on this siding track over here. But now that we have these in here and can dump the last cart, it's time to operate the GP50. So it'll turn off the power to the coal tower and turn on the power in the tunnel. So here comes our GP50, bringing him into town. And he'll pick up the coal cars and take them into the switching yard. So we'll switch the number 1 back in. And while the GP50 is in town, it would be a good time for me to get those ore carts back down to the coal mine, because I can get through the mountain now. So we're ready to come down from the mountain. So we have to pass switch number 9 right there, and then cut her off. Throw switch number 9. And switch number 10, because there isn't room in front of my coal mine to get them all in, so I'm going to have to drop one of the cars. Now that we've dropped that one, I'll switch number 10 back to normal and back these 2 cars in front of the coal mine. So we're ready now to take those coal cars to the switching yard. So at the control panel, I will turn the power off to the coal mine and turn it back on to the town siding. And off we go. And again, we're going to stop in the tunnel to simulate the town the switch yard. So with the power off in the tunnel and on at the coal mine, and the 2 coal cars filled, I'm going to bring the GP9 out, back over and pick up that set out ore cart. Need switch number 10 for that. And we'll back in and pick it up. Reset switch number 10. And place the back ore car in front of the coal mine. And we're going to stop there, so I'll turn off the power to the coal mine, turn it back on in the tunnel. So I'll bring the GP50 out of the tunnel. I've already normalized switches number 9 and 1 so it can get through in the main line here. But I need to set switch number 5 because I'm taking the GP50 up in the mountains where it's going to drop the coal cars at the coaling tower. And bring it to a stop. So I need switch number 8 to back in, and switch number 7 will get me over to the siding. So now I'm ready to back in. So now that that's complete, the GP50 is headed back down in the valley to pick up the full vinegar and pickle wagon. Flip switch number 6, and then back in and pick up the 2 cars at the pickle factory. And that completes operations. And if you've been paying attention, we now have the exact consist and cars set out that were at the beginning of operations, and we can begin them all over again. So that ends operations at Hardrock Canyon. I hope you will excuse my poor camera work, but I've worked mostly with a handheld camera while I was trying to operate the train, so sometimes my eyes got away from the camera and I didn't know exactly what I was recording. But this has been a lot of fun, and I hope you all have enjoyed my Hardrock Canyon operations, and I'll see you next time.